this cannot be ignored, as AJ Lawson has once again proven to Toronto Raptors fans, proven to coaches all around the league, that Masai Ujiri has gotten an absolute steal, bringing him in at the back end of this roster as well. It wasn't just him, as the rest of this Raptors team is really just showing out, and there is no doubt about it. The Toronto Raptors are doing literally everything they possibly can in order to lose these games, to try to maximize our draft position. Even guys that need development. The Shed heads out here looking at the back half of the season saying, hey, Jamal Shead will get some run. Even he is getting limited minutes here now at this point because he is too effective in the Toronto Raptors winning games. But right now, the back end of this team is honestly undeniable. And frankly, even though it does affect the team, we'll discuss how this actually impacts the Toronto Raptors. I am still very, very happy about this. But we have so much to get into in this because frankly, this is not like previous seasons we've seen over the past half decade where the Toronto Raptors this time of year are just a horrible watch. Things aren't really going together. And the back end of the roster is just hopeless, is helpless in their chances of making this team in the future. The reality is, there are legitimate NBA guys on the back end of this roster. Now, are they surefire starters? I don't know, but Orlando Robinson has proven to be a guy that should be on the roster next season, more so than a Yuta Watanabe ever really could have been. And AJ Lawson, frankly, to me, should be factored in just after these past two games. I know it's against the Wizards. I know it's against an absolutely sorry Philadelphia 76ers team, but frankly, his athleticism, his body type, and even tonight when it wasn't just an overwhelming barrage of hotness in terms of shooting the basketball. I mean, he was hot, he had 30 plus points. He is showing that he could be a really, really effective rotation role player for the Toronto Raptors going forward. So we have so much to sink our teeth into in this video. But folks, I've been saying it on recent videos, we have an exciting announcement as we are putting together an absolutely massive March Madness bracket challenge. We partnered with Hot Takes app to put together a completely free to enter March Madness bracket challenge. You go to the app, you sign up to the Digest media pool, and you have the chance to win over $35,000 in prizes. And it's a smaller pool. It's not like one of these big ESPN pools, so there's a real chance to win. All you have to do is use the link down in the description, the pinned comment. You can also scan on the screen and use the referral code DIGEST to get some exclusive perks as you enter the app, and then join the Digest pool, and you'll be entered all the Digest communities in terms of lots of people joining this app. It's gonna be really fun. Gonna be really fun to pick these odds, and frankly, the pool isn't that big, so there's legitimate prizes for you to win, and it's completely free to enter. So shout out to Hot Takes for partnering with us on this very exciting event we have for this entire Raptors Digest community. So join up, don't miss out, and get in early. I know the selection Sunday is in a few days, but get in now so you don't forget, because that's kind of how things go. So join in right now. But let's dive into this, because frankly, this cannot be ignored. This cannot be denied anymore. As AJ Lawson, man, this dude is proving to Toronto Raptors fans why we should get excited about our homegrown talent, our homegrown Canadian. It's off the bench tonight again. Not 30 piece, 28 points in tonight's game. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Had 30 in the most recent game and did deal with some foul trouble. Wasn't, it's still 4 of 9 shooting from the 3-point line, but when you have back-to-back near 30 pieces out there in the NBA, I don't care what level of competition you're playing at, what level of the teams, how bad the other opposing squad is. These are NBA guys playing for contracts, playing for this, that, whatever. And AJ Lawson is showing out that, we did not have performances like this, even during the Flynn Sanity era in the back half of that 21 season. There was nothing comparable to what we've been seeing from AJ Lawson the past couple of games. He's doing it on both ends of the floor. He's knocking down threes. He's scoring in different places. I mean, maybe I'm biased as he's a homegrown Canadian talent. I'm rooting for him. I rooted for him on the Dallas Mavericks, but it's a strong performance, and frankly, Masai Ujiri deserves credit. There was some criticism thrown the way of Masai Ujiri, for myself included, about how this is what we wanted on the back half of last season. When the Raptors were tanking, they were throwing away their team, they were doing all this, that, and they weren't really able to find guys at the back end of the roster that had potential to be a part of this team in the future. I mean, there was some flashes. I mean, DJ Carton was an interesting player, Jeremiah Ramsey was an interesting player, but they weren't doing anything the level of what AJ Lawson's doing right now. They weren't doing anything what Jared Rhoden did in tonight's game against the Philadelphia 76ers. We didn't have this level of kind of back-end talent. Guys that can really get you excited, get you amped up about hey, they could have this potential leap forward into this team moving forward. So I am pretty optimistic, pretty hyped up about what I'm seeing from AJ Lawson. Let me know if you guys agree down in the comment section down below. But it wasn't just him. It's tonight. Orlando Robinson is proving, of course, I don't project. He still needs to work on his touch. He needs to work on a few things in his game, but I think he's established himself as a legitimate, insurance center for this Toronto Raptors team moving forward into the future. Because tonight, again, another really great game out there for Orlando Robinson. He's impressing people, man. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and he's knocking down 3-point shots as well. He's an anchor down there in the lane, and you can't have too much center depth, man. You can't have too much center depth. So Orlando Robinson, I'll keep repeating it. The Sixers are bad, but if you're doing this, you could be a third-string center in the NBA. It's same with Jared Rhoden, right? 25 points in this one, 4-10 shooting from the field. Really athletic, playing effective defense, 4 steals in this game. 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Overall, just really coming out and having an impact on the game. Orlando Robinson, AJ Lawson, and Jared Rhoden really came out. What they combined for 50, they combined for 88 points. That's from 3 guys that are essentially G Leaguers. At one point, 2-way guys out there on this team. Like, they're combining for 88 points. What on earth? Or 78 points. 78 points. Let's get my math correct out there. But 78 points for 3 guys. The Sixers should be ashamed of themselves, because I get they don't have Maxey. I get that they don't have Embiid. I get that they don't have some of their guys. But they got Quentin Grimes out there, Kelly Oubre, Andre Drummond. They got some guy, Jeff Dowtin Jr., a former Toronto Raptor guy, 2-way guy that we've gotten excited about in the past. I mean, it's they should be ashamed of themselves. The Sixers should frankly be ashamed of themselves from what's going on here with these performances, with what's this. The Raptors probably should be ashamed of themselves too, because frankly, like, if we're being realistic, why on earth is Jamal Shead getting 12 minutes in this game? He was a plus 17 in those minutes. His impact is felt. He had 5 assists in 12 minutes, but he needs development too, guys. He needs development. He needs run. We're benching Chris Boucher. We're benching literally everyone. I know the Utah Jazz were fined for resting their players, for keeping people out of the lineup, but the Toronto Raptors, what we're doing is honestly even more egregious. Now, I'm sure Masai Ujiri's dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's to make sure this doesn't get illegal, he doesn't get fined or whatever, but the Raptors, they're in a desperate spot too, because, of course, people are frustrated about this game. Everyone wants Cooper Flagg. Everyone wants this season of losing to not go to waste, and we get one of those top draft picks, and I completely get it. I completely feel them. I completely understand it. But, of course, other teams are just worse than us here right now, and we can take a look at the Tankathon standings now after tonight's performance, and the reality is the Sixers have now eclipsed us in terms of those Tankathon standings, and basically what that means is the Raptors now have a 32% chance at getting a top 4 pick versus a 40% chance we had when we were in the bottom 5, and the percentages of getting Cooper Flagg, getting the number 1 overall selection, has gone from about 10%, gone down to 6% here now at this, or 7.5%. Am I reading those stats right? Yes, I am. So that sucks. Again, these odds, these numbers, they aren't as big as they used to be out there in the NBA, but they are significant in the statistical sense and how far the Raptors could fall if teams do overtake them. So hopeful the Toronto Raptors continue to have good performances from their players, but end up having the losing side of the outcome. But given how easy our schedule is coming up, it's unrealistic. I mean, we played the Jazz, we played the Blazers. Those are 2 bad teams. I mean, the Suns are even a team that's getting in the mix here now, in the Tankathon mix. I mean, the Warriors have been good. The Spurs have been bad. They're a team that if we continue to win, I wouldn't be shocked if the Spurs catch us as well. 4.5 game cushion, but it's still kind of messy there now at this point. Then we play the Wizards again, the Nets, the Hornets. You play the Sixers, you play the Bulls, you play the Blazers. Like, this schedule at the end of the season is just too easy. And it just sucks to see. Even the Mavericks have been horrible now with all their guys out of the lineup. So, I'm not stressed about it. I just want to see the players play good. I want to see the positive storylines, and that's the route I'm going for it. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. I mean, you made it this far in the video, folks. 9 minutes in, and you don't want to do a little March Madness playoff bracket with me? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Check out that link down below. It's completely free to sign up, and it'll be a ton of fun. But anyways, you guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.